Okay.
I'm Tan from Centrix.
เป็นที่แถวลอยแทน
Okay, shall we start? Yes. Again, first of all, thank you again for allowing me to come to visit SMBE. My name is YL Tan. You guys can call me YL. Right? I'm coming from a company called Centric. Centric, some of you might be aware of Centric. Right? Basically, our Centric, we are the maker of a product called Trap Key interlocks. I think most of you guys are afraid as an interlock, but the actual name is called Trap Key interlock. Why we call trap is because under the normal condition, the key is trapped, right? You cannot take out. So that's why we call it Trap Key interlock. In short form, we call it TKI. Yeah, because trap key is too long. So we just call it TKI. So let's make this meetings a bit more casual. So if you guys have anything in between, just feel free to ask. Yeah. So for me, basically my role is of the business development managers. I'm covering for the APAC region. So anything out of China and is fall between the Centric China. So basically, if you look into my business card, I'm from Centric China. And the office address is also in Shanghai, but I'm Malaysian. I stationed in Kuala Lumpur. Yes. So I work from Kuala Lumpur and cover the APAC regions. So I'll start about who we are, about Centrix. You can see on the top right corner, there's this company name called Halma. Halma is a public listed company in UK. So we are the subsidiaries of Halma. And if you can see in the backdrop, there's many companies. Those are all our brothers and sister companies. So if you see, there's a cleaner, safer, cleaner and healthier. This is our company motto. So what do you mean by cleaner, safer and healthier? Okay, safer meaning it's more anything to look related to products related to safety side. So like the fire protection, industrial access control. This is where the Centric group is fall under the safer. Then of course we do have cleaner mainly on auto analysis, optical analysis, gas detections. And the next one will be the healthier, more towards the healthcare products. But of course for my side here, Centric is more safer and this is more towards the safety products. And you can see on the bottom right, there's a 5 brands, right? The top 3 brands mainly, all the 5 brands are interlocked. Okay, the difference is the top 3, Castel, Kirk and STI mainly focus on energy. Energy means like electricity, energy related. The bottom 2, Salvo and Zone Green will be more towards industrial, other non-energy segments. Okay. Castel, anyone heard of Castel? Castel Key? No? That's SCI. Oh, the SCI.
เราเคยใช้แค่ ACI ใช่ไหม
เราใช้ของอะไรบ้างพี่
Castel is a UK brand
ATI ก็บอ
from
ก
UK. Right? Kirk is from US. And SDI is from France. So all these 3 brands is fall under Centric Group. So if in future if you have any requirement of SDI, or maybe Kirk or Castel, again just feel free to look for us. Kirk usually used on American-based project, maybe like Google, Meta, AWS, they might use Kirk. Castel mostly used because of due to the region of Asia Pacific, especially Southeast Asia. A lot of countries used to be a Commonwealth country, with the exception of Thailand. Thailand not Commonwealth, right? Commonwealth. Commonwealth means like a country used to be managed by or commonly by UK, London, United Kingdom. The last time of history, they come and conquer the country. Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, all are Commonwealth countries. So they follow the UK UK standard. So usually in this region, we prefer Castel. STI usually they're more opposed to Schneider. Schneider gears, because that is from France. So if you have any inquiry on the top three, please feel free to look for us. So the next brand is Salvo. Salvo is mainly on the logistic and warehousing interlocks. I give an example, like for example, a truck. They go to the warehouse, they want to do loading and unloading. The truck, when they stop, the truck key has to pass through the interlock system to prevent from someone accidentally drive off when load or unload. That will be very dangerous. Zone green, we focus more towards the railway system. Railway train. Train. The rail interlock, when they do the switching, all these kind of things. So in terms of our presence, of course, originally we are from the Europe side. You see the Castel brand is from UK, STI is from France, Zone Green will be on UK, Curb is from US, and this is where I got to APAC Centric. For Centric, we carry all these three brands: Curb, Castel, STI, even Zone Green. Everything is also coming from here. We have another manufacturing facilities in Tunisia, but this is mainly on the manufacturing. So for now, I believe GMSB Thailand is getting STI from France, right? And I'm from China. But first of all, I wish to make one clarification. My purpose here is to get to connect, get to know you guys, and to provide support, not to change the sales channel, not from France to China. No, I don't do that. So my idea is to provide support. Support, like for example, in future, if you anything requires some support or some design, you need some assistance. Alright, this is where we provide the support. Let's say in future, if you have some, I know you guys are sometimes very, very busy, especially come to interlock. Because interlocks is know that it's a very small thing, but the logic sometimes takes time to think how to do the logic. So what we can offer here is we can offer you have a drawing, send it to us. We help you do the design. Put up the logic, then we come up with a description. How is the logic work? Bill of material. For you it's easy. You don't have to count out. For me, how we measure this project, how many quantity did it, all the costing out. And that will be good for the estimator. So it's easy. Yeah. And these services is no charge. So feel free, you need future project, send it to us, we can help you. I can share with you that by doing this, we can save you guys a couple of days of time.
เคยทำแต่ที่นี่แล้ว
Okay, anyone familiar with the tracking interlocks? How is the concept use of interlocks? Know how the interlock works? Can you explain? Okay. Alright, so basically the trap key interlock, the main three functions of this is isolation, key exchange, and access. So isolation is you isolate the powers, and then with that you select the key, go to key exchange box to exchange the key. Then followed by the retrieval of the next key, go to access to open a certain lock to have to gain some access. So I have here a short video. Let's take a look.
Trapped key interlocking is a life-saving safety system that reduces the risk of accidents within hazardous areas for anyone who requires access to your equipment. Designed over 100 years ago, originally for railway safety, the trapped key interlock concept is used today by a variety of industries to enhance their safety procedures and comply with industry standards. Trapped key interlocks ensure a predetermined sequence of events.
Sequence of events. A lot of users on the trapped key interlock, they are thinking about the safety, right? For the safety use. Another usage is sequence of events or sequence of operation. For example, in the process, you need to shut down to do a maintenance. You need to do 5 processes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Some certain cases, they sometimes become skip or bypass one process, then it becomes very dangerous. So in how to prevent this is to use interlock. So to prevent someone from bypass a certain process or certain step. So to provide a safer operating environments. So besides safety, simple operation we can use to do it.
Each time a procedure is performed. This ensures access to hazardous or dangerous areas is only permitted once any risk is mitigated. A three-stage process. Isolate the power, transfer the keys, and safely access the hazardous environment. Cannot be bypassed and mitigates the risk of human error. Access to the hazard is controlled by a trapped key interlock. The key is trapped and cannot be removed when the hazard is present. To gain access safely, the key must be turned, engaging the interlock with the equipment and isolating the power. The key is then transferred to the access panel or gate, allowing safe access to the hazardous area. The key remains trapped in position while access to the environment is required. The key cannot be released while access is available, and the power source cannot accidentally be turned on while the key is trapped. Once the door or access area is closed, the key is released and can be returned to the power source, which can then be activated. Multiple keys can be used to grant access to multiple access points, keeping your team safe and eliminating the possibility of human error. Tracked key interlocks are highly robust and can be incorporated into almost any new or existing environment, such as industrial, energy, transport, and electrical environments. And they require very little maintenance or downtime. Some have been in place for decades, saving your company valuable time and money. As the pioneers of the trapped key interlocks concept and market leaders for over a century, we customize locking systems to suit our clients' safety requirements. Our solutions will enhance your safety practices and proactively meet standards and regulations by mitigating the risk of human error, safeguarding your employees today and tomorrow.
Everyone okay with this? Usage of interlocks? So just remember it's safety and sequence.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, this is to show another example of how the interlock works. So basically this is on the switch gear, the isolator, the VCB or ACB, right? Here will be on the third switch. So this is part is on the access. So first of all is we have to isolate the power, switch it to off position, and then we lock it, right? Once we lock it, there's a key from here. We take the key, go into the switch. From the switch, we unlock the switch, and then set it to third, and then lock it, and then there's another key from here. With this key, it goes into access. So we can safely operate this. Sometimes with some project they don't have this switch, they bypass, they don't use interlock. Right? For this system we do have interlock on the switch. Reason is because sometimes no doubt we isolate the power, there are some residue charge. So on the safer side, we put in another switch on the breakers. So those who do the maintenance, we go to the access. Rest assured, the system is safe, no energies or no residue charge. So they're safe to do the work. So this is how the tracking interlocks works. In terms of products wise, this is under the Castel brand. Of course, you guys are using the STI, but it's quite similar. So in terms of isolation, we have mechanicals, electricals, and time delay. Mechanical usually will be something similar like this and this, unless you need some special requirement to have two locks, right? We do have the options. Here is on electricals. Like this is KSUPS, used a lot in the data centers, like the UPS maintenance bypass, used a lot. And then followed by the time delay. time delay usually used in the capacitor bank. Yeah, because we isolate the power, again, capacitor bank store energy. We need it to certain time for it to safely discharge. We use the time delay. Let's say the capacitor bank in cap bank, maybe 10 minutes to discharge, set it 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, this is solenoid in the back. 10 minutes is release the key. Then you can turn, pick up the key, do the maintenance. Otherwise, if you don't have this, you can just go in, isolate power, think it's safe, but still energy store, then you got shock. Very dangerous. So this is the situation where time delay is used. In terms of the exchange, we have various design, panel mount, flush mount, and of course we have one key in, two key out, or a key. From your side, your experience, how many key exchange box you use?
For Ramen project, we use B interfaces. One key take out to
More than that? 4 key, 5 key?
yeah.
For some
What sort of project you use?
เอาแก้วไว้ตรงกลาง
NTT NTT A1 A1
Day one data center.
yes
No, NTT Phase 1.
Entity phase 1.
yes
Okay. How many key exchange box? How many lots? Zero.
for 2 main CS interlock
เป็นไอ้นี่
key in
ที่
for
เขานะไม่ได้ทำเป็นเลขที่
for
ไม่ใช่เป็นเล
for
ขที่
4 out
Okay. So it's already 6.
yes
เขาฟังก์ชันเอง
So,
ไม่ใช่เอกที
okay, so if you need anything more than 6 or 8, we can do it. Some
ทำขึ้นมาเอง
supplier, I don't think they can do more than that. But for Centric, Castel, Kurt, or SDI, we can do that. And then on bottom part is access. Access, we have two, hard body and full body. The difference is hard body is mainly to open a small panel so that hand can go in to do the maintenance. Full body is the whole person can go in, like a transformer door, transformer cabinet, where you open, the whole person can go in. So this is the difference. In terms of variants, we have our standard interlocks come in brass body. So if you guys have some special requirements like stainless steel, we do have stainless steel. Of course, stainless steel, the price will be a bit different, a bit slightly more expensive. Okay, in terms of where would the interlock be used, generally we sell into generation, power generation, transmission, distribution, and industrial and commercials. Does Thailand have any nuclear plant?
เราบอกพวกนี้
No.
ทำเครื่องแบบมีคีย์
ทำหมดเลยหรือว่าไปซื้อของ
มีหนังสือต่อ
So far, traditionally it will be on the gas, coal, bio, of course hydro. Right? But in our part, I think Malaysia and Thailand same. No nuclear plant. And I hope no nuclear plant for Malaysia. Malaysia is too small country. Anything like Fukushima case, I think Malaysia is nowhere to run. Okay, but in terms of all these power generations, right, nuclear power plant uses a lot of capacity here, mainly because of this nuclear. This safety is very, very important, so they use a lot. The next growing is will be on the solar. Solar uses a lot of. You guys have any solar project right now? Solar? Any lots?
No, we use like but you interlock for solar. Plus, I think the substation in have and with the solar energy and loss. So, yes, in Thailand.
Okay, that's great. Because we supply a lot of interlock to solar project, we release a lot. One project is a couple of hundreds of interlocks. Maybe we can see discussing how can we introduce how can we get interlock into the
or
site.
I can say
Consultant, design consultant.
Design consultant.
เราไม่อะมันดีไซน์ของโซล่ามันแบบอย่างกันมันดีไซน์ไม่ได้ใช้
Is there not require interlock for solar project?
Alright, maybe we can discuss it and see how can we.
Excuse me. How can you explain how to use the interlock in solar system? Can you explain how they use to?
Sure. Okay. On the next slide, there's some wants to explain on this solar side.
Okay.
Okay, besides the solar, the most common will be on the substations. Substation again uses. But the quantity is not so much. Yes. Next will be here will be the industrial and commercial. Here again they do use, again not so much. But they use a lot is data center. Data centers use a lot of interlocks. So if you guys have any data center project, please feel free then share and we can try to work together. Okay, this is more on the solar and renewable wind. So basically the same thing. So this is where the interlock will be used. We start from the bottoms, will be a best battery energy storage system. This will be some interlock we'll be using there, right? And then from this is something like LV to MV side, mainly on the transformer access. Interlock between upstream and downstream on RMU. Interlock with RMU, upstream, downstream. On the MV side, bus bar. Access interlock will be similar with the transformer, SVG. SVG will be something similar with the capacitor bank. Yeah. And then going to the HV side, transformer, GIS, EIS. So these are the areas that the TKI will be commonly used for the renewable energy side. Your side, any requirements?
มีจองมันแบบถ้าที่นี่เขาไม่ได้ใช้อยู่แล้วนี่นะ
มันมีเส้นทาง
ฮะอะไรฮะ
มันมีแสงเส้นทาง
ไม่
ไม่
มี
มีหนึ่ง
ถามเพื่อนเฉย
for your experience for
เรามีเสนอราคาไหม
case
จะ
for estimate because use
Okay.
for solar farm.
Okay. But if there's a requirement or if there's wanted to use but not sure where,
อย่า
okay, but we can help. We can help. Just send us a drawing, the signalized diagram.
Scan it, okay.
Yeah, then we look at it, we can advise roughly where and why. Why we use here. So we can come up with logic, then BQ.
ส่งให้เขาเลยสิ่งอะไร
ไม่แต่ปกติ
สิ่งอะไรส่งคอนเซ็ปต์
ปกติตัวพวกซิงเกิลไลน์มันก็มาจากของทาง
Designer
ลูกค้าอยู่แล้วอะไรเงี้ยเราก็ไม่จำเป็นที่จะต้องมีอยู่แล้วนะ
Fuji, do we do any HP? High voltage?
MV.
MV and LV.
Yes.
Okay. This is again on some of the example of the usage. This is more towards to the MV and LV panels, also called in the way upstream and downstream. Alright, so here we first isolate the LV side, isolate the breakers, and then we lock it. And then the key go up to here, to XB to XB. And then from here again we isolate the MV side, okay, and take out this key. So now we LV isolated, lock, MV isolated, also lock, and then the key go into the transformer cabinet or transformer room. So that upstream and downstream are isolated, safe, and this one will be on the inverter side, on solar, right? So first of all, you isolate all the inverters on the breaker side, isolate, go to key exchange box, to exchange for key X0. X0 go to the MV panel, isolate, and then take out the key of access. With the access key, go into the control room. So we know what bottom side, isolated, safe. MV side, isolated, safe. Then do the maintenance. So this will be another example. So in solar, there's quite numbers of inverter. Right? So all the inverters you can do this. Okay, this is on another brand, Kirk's, but it's the same interlocks. Sorry, this is a very old video. So you can see the animation. It's like cartoon. Do you use this interlock on the breakout locking?
มีใช้บ้างไหม
This one, do you use?
มีใช้บ้างเหรอพี่โอ
No. So just isolate and lock.
Yes.
You don't break out and lock. Like lock.
Or actually, my client can use lockout and out.
Lotto is the first step. But Lotto is sometimes people do miss or the tap one out, then dangerous. This is why not secondary.
แต่เรามันก็ทำประตู
การเซฟหลายชั้น
Okay, this is something I would like to highlight. Okay, you see this lock, usually it's only one lock, right? Transformer, the lock. This is two lock. A big difference. Why different is because this key from the switch gear becoming put here unlock. And then the second key, unlock it, take out the key. Then only this lock can be opened. Right? This key we call it personnel key. Why we call personnel key? Right? Why we call personnel key is when we isolate everything, right? The key is for the maintenance guy to bring it to him. So that when you go to do the maintenance, he know this key is very important. If this key don't go back, this lock cannot lock back. And then the whole process cannot be reversed. So he can feel secure. You do maintenance, for sure no one can open the power supply. So this is what we call personnel key.
The personal key is what with the operator someone.
Lost?
Yes, not
But usually this key is for the maintenance. He have to make sure the key give it to him. Yeah.
Do you have any
if you
Do you have any spare if they are lost or something?
Of course, we can do a replicate spare key, but due to the reason of interlock, why we don't keep a spare key? Because if you have a spare key, right? You go and do the maintenance. You got a spare key. You got lock. Yes. So that's under the IC standard. Sorry, under the ISO standard, not recommended. But due to some certain application or situation, sometimes they need to have a spare. So how to do that? Another way of doing this is we call authority key. Yeah, for example, you do the maintenance, right? But you want to do maintenance, but you need to have his authority approval. Then he can take the key and open. This is another way.
the key is can
You
I
authority
can
key.
I can copy the key for the key loss.
Usually I don't think you guys can copy. You cannot take to the workshop, do key duplicate cannot copy because this is a special key.
Ah.
This is why again why the key design is very not same as the normal of house key. Because any house key you go to any hardware shop, you copy. And you copy it does not mean no more safety. Yeah. So that's why you can see that the key is very special. Why? It's because prevent anyone to do the copy. Yeah. So back to the authority key, the one who keep the authority, the second key is have to be taking care of the key. So without the authority key,
แบบเป็น
the door
แจ
cannot
และ
open.
ด้านแจ
So this is another way of safety design. So I think this is a very pretty straightforward. It's interlock between the RMU or the upstream and downstream. So this one just basically isolate the left hand side, go to the right hand side, isolate, both sides isolate. This key go into the switch, and this key go back to here. Yeah. This system looks very simple to you and me. Looks simple. But to the maintenance guy who's there, sometimes not so simple. Because sometimes this unit and this unit, it can be kilometers away, far. Yeah. So the guys have to take a pickup, go there, and then come back. Yes. Few kilometer is considered acceptable. We have some cases offshore. Offshore, one is yes. One is at land. One is at the rig. Maybe 100 kilometer away. By it all is sea. So how? Some is use helicopter just because of need to isolate. Of course, you can do it electronic, but electronic is not so safe. Mechanical is always the last protection. Because any electronic can always just send the signal. Then okay. Mechanical cannot because we have the key. So this one I will just simplify it. This is mainly close to the door.
Safe operation. Let me show you how it works. First, this is the current plug. When it's installed on the floor,
All your door have a key lock, right? All the switch key lock. Silver color, right? The key. One key can open all doors.
General key.
only when it's installed can you remove this key.
This is another connection.
This key and go to the transfer port. Turn it, does not allow access to the three lower keys. With the three lower keys, you should see that any one of these doors have a turn lock on it. Once it's on, it allows you to do your work. But you cannot take this key out. This key is, in essence, frozen and not locked. It can only be removed with the door shut. So if your work is done, you shut the door. Take the key out, put it back into the portal, turn it to remove the upper key. This is the A key. This will allow you access to the LFSW. When that turns, you turn the power back on. There's an additional current key I've got installed up here on the top panel. That is when you need access to this panel, and you want to be sure that it's safe. This key is tied into the medium voltage switchgear in the lock nut, so only the medium voltage switchgear is closed, you have access to the key to really get your back again. All the keys, all the locks have individual serial numbers on them. So in case that you do lose a key, you can send an email to Kirk and they can send you out a new key.
Anyone have any experience with lost key? Key lost, keys missing, key broken? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we
yeah.
key lock
Ah, key lost.
and key broken. alcohol.
So if you in future have any key, just let us know. We can try to make the replacement as soon as possible. Back to the lock for all the panels. So one key can open all the panels, right?
Yes.
Good? Safe? Is it safe?
No,
No safe.
No safe.
Yeah.
But we will focus in the circuit breaker must not for the panel. Only function breaker at the moment.
Okay. This video is to share to provide another option to save interlock for all the doors. Because why? Because it's not only Fuji. Okay, generally most of the maker, ABB, Schneider, Siemens, they also same thing. One key open all. So imagine if you do have a system at a site, right? And then sometimes there's a new fresh engineer, they join the company. Fresh engineer, I think you guys also know very well. Fresh engineer want to learn, very curious, right? The system is energized, open, expand, drop, boom, die. So how do we prevent that? It's by using a block of all this sort. Make sure the power is safe, isolated. Take out the key exchange board, take out the key, only can open. This is safe. Otherwise, accident happen. But if accident happen, if on normal industry, accident is accident. But in data centers, it's very special case. It cannot afford this accident because any downtime or any explosions or loss, some people will be on the need to be responsible. So data center is a special case. Maybe in future for your design on data centers, please consider this. Especially data center, if you look at tier 3 and tier 4, they don't allow any almost like very minimum downtime. So please consider this for your future projects. So these are some of the examples of the installation of our products. Here is one on the switch. This is one box. This is another one. This is one, and here. So this is again, this with 2 incomers, right? 2 bus bar, right? Same thing here. And this is Siemens panels. Okay, and then enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one usually they use on the coal power plant. Coal power plant, after you burn the coal, the fuel go to a filter. They call it a static precipitator filter. So when they need to do maintenance, that filter system have many doors, maybe 10, 20, 30 doors, because it's very long. So they need to do the maintenance. So what they do is they have to isolate the main power, go here to pick up all the key for all the doors, do the maintenance. Right? So one thing about this is, as long as one of the key or the door is not locked and the key cannot come back, the main power cannot open, cannot close, cannot energize. To prevent what someone doing maintenance and then one guy is still doing maintenance, and then energize and the guy just left. So this is one of the area that many key exchange is used. So I think this is very common. This is a transformer cabinet. It can be single side or both side, depends on your design. These are some of the reference projects that we have done. Okay, 1 to 8 really is solar, and you can see the solar project is 200 megawatts. Not so big, right? Yes. Number 2, 1.1 kilowatt. Very big kilowatt. And then we have another one, 2.6 gigawatt. Very big. But of course, in our part, Southeast Asia, we don't have such a scale. It's really small, 200, 300. Maybe Thailand have more.
เราใช้ไฟติด
I use
ไม่
use
ไม่มีปัญหาแบบ
Your project is coming.
yes sir. My project is maximum for me is 6 megawatts.
6 megawatt.
Yes.
This one very small.
Yes, acting very small but
Make 6 megawatt, something like a factory rooftop.
yes, factory rooftop.
This is more on the solar farm. Solar farm is usually much bigger. Yeah. But rooftop I use is a lot.
Yeah, that's I never feel.
Only solar farm, yes. So in future, if any solar farm, consider this. And then of course from 11 to 12 to 14 is data centers. This is mainly in Malaysia. In Thailand, I know we recently supplied to NTT data centers. We supply to I think should be Castel brand to NTT. Yeah. So again, we also have NTT project.
Yes,
Is it Castel or STI?
I order to ATI files.
Then you see STI.
Yes. Loan is key. Plus capital.
Okay. So in terms of the industrial usage of TKI, you talk about 5 or 6 years ago, usage of interlock not so much. In normal electricity or normal industrial, maybe it's 2 incomer, 1 coupler, 3 locks. That's all. But recently with the booming of data center, the data center use a lot of interlock. Yeah. So in the recent year, this is where we come in. So we know the data center is booming, and a lot of you guys are getting a lot of project. Yes. So and one thing we know is because when it starts to boom, the orders are really too much coming to saturate, and then we cannot manage the delivery because we don't know when and how many quantity. So right now what we try to do is we support the customer. If any data center project, let us know in advance. So we know the quantity, we forecast, we prepare stock in advance. Yeah. Otherwise, just because of one component late delivery, your whole project is late. And data center, they don't allow this to happen. So from the experience, we know. So we try to work very closely with all the parameters. Any project, let us know in advance. We prepare in advance. You need how many? 200? We prepare 150 in advance. So sometimes you need urgent, support you fast. Last time, we only prepare 50 units for whole industry. But data center, one project is already so big, so we cannot go in. So right now, we try to work with all the partners. We know in advance, we prepare in advance. So to support all the partners. Okay. So that's all for my on the centric side, the lots. Any question? Please feel free to ask.
อย่างเรื่องราคา Can you ever be a KL?
KL no, China is. China. I'm a Malaysian, no doubt, but my office, my business card is from Shanghai, China. Yes, of course, you can order through Central China, but again, I stress this, my purpose here is to provide support, not to change the sales channel from France to China. I don't do that because I'm on a business development, I'm not on the sales side. Yeah. But if you guys wish to change to China, your choice. Yes. One question to you, you buy from France, what is the lead time?
Yes, so long.
How long? This one?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Not so bad.
3 weeks after PO.
Of course after PO. Not so bad, 3 weeks, not so bad. In Century, China, we can do it for 2 to 4 weeks. Depends on quantity. Anything below 200 units, usually 2 to 3 weeks. If more than 200 units, we 4 weeks.
But centric from front, so delay response.
Yes. Well, first of all, apologize for that. Right? No doubt they are fronts from China, but we are same company centric. Okay. I will say one of the reasons is because of the time zone. Right now we are working. There now is sleeping time zone. So sometimes we got this.
If them start sending them to me to now, I reply as around 5 minutes.
Okay.
And speak him lost commute.
Okay. Again, apologize for that. If anything urgent, you can try to send to us. We again, my side here is more to support you guys. Yeah. So where you want to place the orders is your decision. Yes. And estimators, right? I have a question for you. Do you buy any interlocks from France? Do you got any local tax, local duty? Any tax and duty?
จากมองผมแม่
Okay. Alright.
ได้เป็นที่หนึ่งแข่งเป็นยูที
for estimators, they use the first force, the code that.
But once bringing in, it's not that bad. Logistics department. Okay.
ก็คือส่วนใหญ่คนที่ตัดสินใจเรื่องนี้คือจะเป็นกีฬาใช่ไหมคือเรื่องพวกจะสั่งจากไหนจากไหนอะไรเงี้ยคือหน้าที่ตำแหน่งเนี้ยคืออยู่ที่กีฬากับพีเอ็มใช่ไหมที่ผมบอก
จริงๆเขาบอกว่าได้เข้ามาสปอร์ตในเรื่องของการดีไซน์แล้วก็โลจิสติกส์
Anything to share?
I have a entity plate 3 bake entry in plate 2.
This is too small. Okay. This is a catalog. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And okay.
I have to something.
Okay. Alright.
ติดตามช่อง YouTube
that
ช่องอะไร
อยู่ใน
ก่อนพบชแนล
กดซับสไครต์
them provide information to this course.
Okay.
The first
I have a quick question. If I inform to you, you can provide the or me host.
The key code, I think for this case is still remains from France. Yes, we can. So this one, we can try. You can keep it in the loop. So if anything delay, I can try to trust him to fill it up. But key code wise, for this particular project,
ใช้ยังไม่เป็นเป็นที่มีแต่พี่เบคคือ
So France and
เราเสนอแค่โดนอีกทีธรรมดา
NTT ก็โดน NT คือพี่อู๋คิดฟังก์ชันมา
with them. So the key code usually will coming from them.
แย่แล้ว
if we usually we order from front okay currently the key
ต้องขอนะครับให้
the key is lost
เพราะ
or
ว่าจะขอ
something whatever then can be ordered by via
ใคร
China
จะไม่เป็นเลย
You have to let me know what's the order and then the key code.
ที่ว่าทำงานกับ
Because we need to cross reference. So
ที่
because
ว่าเหนือ
things should happen. However, it's one key got for this project. What did we see? Then if we just go check, then we just apply. And then someone needs to key